Thank you for being with us tonight. Our top story, Pope Francis made history today as he arrived in the capital of Mongolia. He is the first pope to ever step foot in the East Asian nation, home to roughly just 1,500 Catholics. The Holy Father was greeted by children as he arrived at his residence. He will stay in the country until September 4th. The official events begin tomorrow morning. EWTN Vatican News Correspondent Colm Flynn is on the ground in Mongolia and has this report.
A very good evening, Tracy, from Ulaanbaatar, the capital of Mongolia, where Pope Francis touched down this morning, making history by being the first pope ever to set foot in this nation. He was greeted by the country's foreign minister and then presented by a woman in traditional dress some boiled and dried yogurt made out of cows and camel's milk, which is symbolic of the traditional nomadic life that many people live here in Mongolia. After that, there was a small, low-key welcoming celebration for the Pope at the airport. Remember, not many people in attendance. The Catholic population here is very small, only 1,400 people. But Tracy, what made news today was not what happened on the ground here in Mongolia, but more what happened in the air as Pope Francis made that 10-hour journey overnight from Rome to Ulaanbaatar, because his plane passed through Chinese airspace. Now, this is hugely significant when you think of the history of papal journeys and popes, famously Pope John Paul II, being refused permission to enter Chinese airspace. But on this occasion, Beijing allowed it. They permitted it. And you even think of the recent heightening of tensions between the Holy See and China over the controversial China-Vatican deal, when recently the People's Republic of China blatantly violating the deal by appointing bishops without the consent or even knowledge of the Vatican. So tensions have been at an all-time high between the Vatican and China. So this is seen as a good step in diplomacy between the two. And as is a common Vatican protocol, the Pope took this opportunity in the dead of night to send a telegram from the plane to the President of China, Xi Jinping. And in that telegram, he expressed greetings and good wishes to Your Excellency and the people of China. He said, "I'm assuring you of my prayers for the well-being of the nation. I evoke upon all of you the divine blessing of unity and peace." And incredibly, Tracy, the foreign minister of China responded to that today, saying that it showed friendliness and goodwill. And they went on to say that China is willing to continue to walk in the same direction as the Vatican. But keep in mind, at the same time, China also refused permission for the Catholic bishops in China and Catholic faithful permission to travel here to Mongolia for this papal trip to meet the Holy Father and celebrate the first time that he will ever be here in Mongolia. They were not permitted to leave mainland China for this. Over the next few days, the Pope will have a busy schedule. Tomorrow he is meeting some of the priests, nuns and religious missionaries here in this country, only 80 in total. And then on Sunday he will have an interreligious meeting with some of the heads of other religions here in the country, Buddhism of course accounting for 52% of the population. And then on Sunday evening he will celebrate Mass in the Steppe Arena with what is expected to be still a modest crowd when you compare it to crowds we see in previous papal journeys. But for just now, that is the update from Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. This is Colm Flynn for EWTN News Nightly.